Look at your screen right now and ask yourself a terrifying question. If a machine could completely replace your job, your hobbies, and your favorite athletes by tomorrow morning, what exactly are you left with? In his massive, high-stakes showdown, World's Strongest Man vs. Robot, MrBeast didn't just build another entertaining stunt. He tapped into humanity's deepest, modern existential dread. By pitting elite human beings against terrifying, hyper-advanced robots in everything from drag racing to home run hitting, this video transformed a complex societal fear into a multi-million-dollar gladiatorial arena. But if you look past the crushing cars and the 150-mile-per-hour pitches, you will discover a hidden, psychological chess game designed to manipulate your cognitive biases. Today, we are tearing down the fourth wall to reveal the exact structural engineering that kept over 100 million people frozen to their screens. Let's start with a live test right now. Think about the last time you felt genuinely defensive over being a human. The production team masterfully exploits this exact defensive mechanism through a technique called tribal identity activation. In standard challenge videos, you are usually cheering for a specific contestant to win money. But the moment Jimmy Donaldson frames the stakes as man versus machine, he instantly forces a massive, involuntary shift in your brain. You are no longer a passive viewer watching random strangers. You are a member of Team Human, and your evolutionary pride is suddenly on the line. By turning a simple sports competition into a fight for the survival of our species' relevance, the video triggers an ancient, tribal loyalty loop that makes it psychologically impossible for you to click away until you know our side wins. But how do you maintain that intense tribal anxiety for nearly 20 minutes without causing intellectual fatigue? To keep your dopamine levels spiking, the editing matrix applies an aggressive structural rule known as the scale-tilt pendulum. Notice how the video never allows either side to dominate for more than a few minutes. Every time the human species scores a triumphant victory, like the world's strongest man pulling a bus or George Russell beating an AI race car, the narrative trajectory immediately forces a crushing robotic retaliation in basketball or golf. This constant, alternating swing between extreme hope and absolute dread forms a perfect cognitive trap. Your brain is never allowed to settle into a predictable pattern, forcing your visual cortex to remain in a perpetual state of red alert as the score oscillates on the brink of human obsolescence. Now, pause and think about how you process advanced scientific data. Usually, a lecture on autonomous AI driving or neural controllers would make you exit the tab immediately. To bypass this boredom response, the script utilizes a brilliant execution called relatable benchmark anchoring. Instead of boring you with torque specifications, mechanical drag coefficients, or lines of code, the video anchors every single robot's capacity to a universally understood childhood benchmark. A multi-million-dollar humanoid robot isn't explained through engineering. It is judged by its ability to hit a home run, shoot a three-pointer, or hit a golf ball at a target. By translating complex, alien automation into familiar, neighborhood playground rules, the video instantly lowers your cognitive resistance, transforming a dense tech demonstration into an accessible, high-adrenaline game. Supporting this informational onboarding is a ruthless visual layout rule known as the Chaos-Stabilization Frame. According to audience retention data, human eyes begin to experience severe visual fatigue if a high-action composition remains chaotic for too long. To stabilize your attention span, the editors continuously cut back and forth between sweeping, high-speed drone footage of racing cars or flying baseballs and completely static, high-contrast close-ups of the human cast members' terrified facial expressions. This rapid transition between overwhelming environmental movement and absolute, frozen human emotion acts as a subtle psychological reset button. Every time a car screeches or a robot celebrating with a Fortnite emote catches you off guard, the screen instantly grounds itself back in raw human reality, ensuring your brain never checks out from the spectacle. Of course, maintaining this illusion of an even, organic battle requires a massive amount of hidden logistical manipulation operating just outside the camera's field of view. The video continuously hypes up the idea that these machines are on the verge of taking over, showing a humanoid robot seemingly rage-quitting or an AI car pushing the laws of physics. While the physical tension is entirely real, the entire arena is heavily curated behind the scenes by an invisible army of corporate tech developers, robotic engineers holding kill switches, and safety parameters that ensure the human athletes are never in actual physical danger. The creative genius here lies in the production team's absolute discipline to hide this corporate scaffolding completely, keeping you immersed in the raw, primal thrill of an unassisted battle for mankind's future. This elite positioning flows directly into how the video monetizes its massive scale without causing a drop in viewer retention, deploying a strategy called symbiotic multi-layered product integration. Right at the video's absolute peak emotional tie, the exact moment the scoreboard locks at an intense, dead-even tie, the entire narrative seamlessly shifts into a native product demonstration for a collectible toy line. This placement is terrifyingly precise, because your empathy centers are fully firing, and your brain is desperately seeking a brief relief from the high-stakes machine tension. Your psychological resistance to marketing hits an all-time low. By involving the cast in a fun, tactile showcase that mirrors the video's core theme of mixing and matching variations, the advertisement feels like a natural chapter of the entertainment rather than an annoying corporate interruption. This masterful control brings us straight to the final, heart-pounding climax, a 50-meter dash between an Olympic sprinter and a robotic cheetah. Notice how the video doesn't end with a predictable, safe conclusion. It forces you to watch a terrifying machine gain ground in slow motion until the final microsecond. By concluding on a razor-thin human victory, the script delivers an unparalleled wave of collective relief while leaving a haunting, open-ended question lingering in your mind. The video closes not as a simple challenge completed, but as a chilling prologue to the future of our world. By combining tribal identity triggers, alternating pacing loops, and raw emotional vulnerability, this masterclass proves that top-tier viral content is never just about a high budget. It is a mirror held up to our deepest collective fears, engineered to leave you desperately wanting more.